DnA. Today we're going to be talking about WandaVision episode 5. We're super excited for this episode. So make sure to stay tuned for our full review of everything that happened in this episode, because we're going to be going through everything.
All right, guys, be warned. This is a full review of episode 5 of WandaVision. So there will be spoilers. You've been warned. If you have not seen the episode, go watch it, come back and watch this review and let us know what you think of it.
On our last review of WandaVision episode 4, we got so many positive comments that sparked a conversation. Today, we're shouting out Hi Will reaction stuff. He also does WandaVision reaction videos, so make sure to check out his reaction right after watching ours and subscribe to help him get to his next YouTube milestone. If you and your channel want to be shout out in the next video, make sure to leave a positive comment down below and be an active subscriber. Okay, let's just not get too into it yet, because as you can see, I'm building, like I'm really excited. So we are now in the 80s. I really liked how that we're in the 80s now. What did you think?
Yeah, so this reminds me of a show back in the day with Michael J. Fox called Family Ties. And it also reminds me of Full House. So Elizabeth Olsen's sisters, of course, Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen, the two babies in Full House. Right? So it was kind of cool when I first saw it. Like, this reminds me of Full House. This kind of comes circle.
Wow,
it was
full
cute.
circle. The thing is with this episode, it starts out with them like in the episode and like as if nothing was happening. And so the kids are crying. They can't get them to sleep. They can't get them to do anything. And then Agnes comes in just ready to help. And the scene where she's like, do we need to take it from the top? I was like,
yeah, it was cool to watch that when she broke character, and then Vision was like tripping. He was like, it was, you know what it was like? It was like the Truman Show. It was like the Truman Show when the lady was selling soap, and it was just like, did you not see what just happened here?
Who are you talking to?
Who are you talking to? What's going on? You know?
Yeah. And the thing is with that scene, what I really liked is that when Agnes was like, okay, look, can we take it from the top? The kids immediately stopped crying and the audience went away.
Do you want me to take that again?
I'm sorry?
You want me to hold the babies?
So it was that as if like something definitely stopped. The production stopped, you know? Another thing was that the kids grew up really fast. They went to 5 years old, and Agnes again didn't say anything. She just kind of went with the flow. So yes, something is going on there where she knows something. So we get to the sword people now, and Monica is like getting tested and all this stuff, and she meets Darcy Lewis. And I think there's kind of an Easter egg in that scene where her scans don't come up. Yeah, her scans don't show anything, like they're blank. Right, and definitely weird that. Right, exactly. There's like speculation that Monica's gonna get superpowers. Like, there's like when Wanda pushed her out, she gave her some type of radiation, some type of powers. So that's probably why nothing's showing up. But that's just like a little Easter egg. Yeah, because you know, in the comic book, you know, Monica Rambeau becomes Captain Marvel for a time. She's actually Captain Marvel. Yeah, so maybe there's something there with that. Because, you know, Captain Marvel's powers come from an Infinity Stone as well. I forget which one, but I think it's but hers come from the Power Stone, I think it is. So Captain Marvel's power comes from Infinity Stone, just like looks like Wanda's. So, you know, they may be setting that up for down the road. You know Kevin Feige. You know Kevin Feige, and there's so many things in this episode of setting things up for down the road, and it's just like, oh, like what does this all mean? So yeah, they go to their briefing room, and now they're trying to figure out, okay, how is Wanda bringing things in? Is it a hallucination, or is this real stuff? Because that means she's way more powerful than what she was. And there was a scene, the scene where Jimmy Woo mentions Captain Marvel. Why was Monica like pressed? Like, Monica did not like it. You know what's cool about that? So that was a beautiful scene. So, you know, in the scene that she says, well, you know, Wanda almost destroyed Thanos, you know, until he brought their, you know, rain fire. And then Jimmy was like, well, you know, some would say that Captain Marvel is just as powerful.
what was beautiful about that scene? Let me tell you what was beautiful about that scene. That is a debate the fans have, right? There's a debate among fans who's the most powerful person in the MCU, and that is a debate. Kevin Feige himself made that exact same statement about Wanda almost destroying Thanos. Like, it was beautiful for them to put it in there.
Put it in there, bring it all together.
Bring it all together. So
Wanda's the most powerful. Not even a question. End of story. Like,
she almost killed Thanos. She almost killed Thanos.
Exactly. Yeah, and like the thing is, I'm just kind of wondering their past, like what happened with Monica and Captain Marvel. I would like to know, because Monica wasn't like, oh yeah, like she was just kind of like, anyways, we're not talking about Captain Marvel, you know? She was kind of like,
I don't know. Something happened there. Who knows? I mean, it's been since the 90s, so it's hard to say.
Right, exactly. And then another Easter egg. There's so many things in that one scene. Another Easter egg in that scene was she was like, I know an aerospace engineer, and she started texting them.
Yeah.
Who do you think it is? Because I have mine.
You know what she did? I don't have a clue who she was talking about. Who's the other? You think it's Jane?
No. I don't think it's Jane, because Jane is doing stuff with like Thor and stuff. It might be a nod to them bringing in Fantastic Four with Reed Richards, and see with like he's an aerospace engineer. He's like a scientist. He does all this stuff. That would be crazy.
Oh yeah, because you know they gotta bring Fantastic Four in somehow. That would be crazy. And you know what? You know they don't say anything in this show nilly-willy. So the fact that she said she's texting somebody and they never show who she was texting or she never called the name, you know it's somebody.
It's somebody big.
You know it's somebody coming in, somebody big.
Right.
And I like the Reed Richards one. I like the Reed Richards one because that'd be a good way to introduce Fantastic Four.
We've been needing a good Fantastic Four. Let's move on to another scene where Monica figures out that they can use tech from the 80s to get to Wanda, and so they use like this drone or something like that, and they get to Wanda. I was not expecting that scene in any form of fashion. I was not expecting her coming out.
Yeah, that was a good scene. And they try to shoot her, dude. You're in her world. Come on, what are you gonna try to shoot her? But when she came out. You know, when she came out, she was different. Her hair was long. She was wearing up-to-date clothes. All of the 80s stuff was gone. She was projecting a different way. So when she came out, she was like, look, I'm not having it, yo. Y'all need to go back to wherever you came from and leave me alone. But see, when Monica came out, she was like, I could feel Wanda's presence when I was in there suppressing me, which, which plays out in a later scene. So it's like they gotta stop her because she's hurting people. We can't leave you alone. This whole town you took over, you're suppressing. So no, it was cool. And then when she was like, listen, if you come after me, it's gonna be a problem. She did a little thing with her hand and all the guns pointed at the girl, dude.
She did her flick. I loved it so much. She flicked it away. The thing is, also her accent came back. Her Sokovian accent came back too.
Yeah, she has a Sokovian accent.
Also another good scene was when Vision went to work, and they got an email from Sword, and everybody was talking at the same time, and then he's like, okay, maybe I can use my powers, which I'm like, how do you have powers? And use the Mind Stone and to get to Norm, and then you see like the agony, the pain. He's like, where's my family? Where's my sister? He's trying to find his phone.
So, which tells you that these people are aware subconsciously. Subconsciously, they're aware what's going on. They know they're being controlled, but they don't have the ability to break free. Wanda's the bad guy in the show. All right, straight up, she is the bad guy. Okay, now unless there's somebody pushing her, then we can relieve that. But at this point, as far as everyone knows, Wanda is the bad guy.
Vision confronts Wanda and he's like, I talked to Norm, the real Norm. What is going on here? And she tries to get the credits to roll and he's like, stop. What is going on?
She was like, roll credits.
Exactly. She was like, roll credits.
She was like, roll credits. And he was like, no, we're not done yet. We need to talk about what's going on.
Vision is fighting her on this. She's like, no, and she's like, you really think I'm cutting everybody's grass and taking them dentists and all this stuff? And she's like, I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, she doesn't say I don't know what you're talking about, but she's like, she can control what's in her house. She can control like the little things, but there's somebody that made this world for her. I don't know how I'm trying to say it, but like, she is in control but not in control, and I stand Wanda. And then this last scene that people call it the end credit scene of Wanda's TV show, because it comes after the credits and stuff.
It was. Yeah, you're right. It wasn't back in the credits. It wasn't back in the credits.
Right after the credits, so the end credit scene. Yeah. So we get a little knockity knock at the door. It's not me, Vision. So Vision stays in his form. We open the door. We see the white hair.
Man, let me tell you right now. When I saw the white hair, the first person that hit my mind, I was like, nah, this can't be. I thought it was the older Captain America from old Cap, because this is only a few weeks after Endgame, and Cap is still alive. Old Cap.
That's true. Right?
This is not really long.
Yeah,
so I saw the white hair. I'm like, oh snap, it's a Cap. And I was like, nah, there's no way they brought Cap into this. Got her face said, like, whoa, what are you doing here? The only person I know from the MCU that has white hair is Captain America, the old one. You know what I'm saying? So I was tripping. And then when they backed out and showed it was her brother, her, and it was so cool. What Kat said, she said, oh wow, she recast. She recast her brother. That was perfect. Because he was Quicksilver in X-Men, and now he's Quicksilver again in WandaVision. So it's crazy how they tied X-Men in to the MCU with that one connection. It's crazy. That was crazy.
When I saw, I didn't expect Evan Peters to come back as Quicksilver. I thought he was gonna come back as one of her kids, like her older kids. Yeah. And when I saw him, I screamed. I was like, oh my God.
I was shocked. I thought he was gonna play a totally different character. I was not expecting him to be Quicksilver. You know what I'm saying? Because he's Quicksilver before. But they did it perfect, and she was like, he was recast.
But no, the thing is with that, yes, he's recast as her brother. So now my speculations and my predictions and stuff is this WandaVision? Is this the nod to the multiverse? Is Wanda, when she was like, because she talked to her kids and her kids were like, do you have a brother? And she was like, yeah, I do. He's far away. I miss him and stuff like that. She didn't say he was dead. She wouldn't say he was dead. And then we see Evan Peters come in, and so is this Evan Peters from X-Men that we know of, or is this an actual recast? So are we bringing in the multiverse? Because you know how this is going to lead into Doctor Strange. It's just so many things that...
There's so much stuff to unpack here. There's so much that they do. This episode created a whole lot more questions than any other episode. There's so much to unpack. I can't wait till Friday. Because to leave us with that cliffhanger like that, I was like, oh no. So yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy right now on WandaVision. This was an awesome episode.
So if you enjoyed WandaVision episode 5, make sure to let us know in the comments down below. We'll be doing every episode in this season. We're super excited to see how they'll use Evan Peters and how they'll use the twins in the upcoming episodes. Is there anything else you have to say?
That's it, man. We'll see you guys next Friday. Enjoy.
So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more from us. All right, see y'all later. Okay, have to do our thing. Oh, new chair. New chair. Who this? Okay, so I don't even know. I don't know how to put in like effects, so I can't do like a WandaVision thing. But